bacteria tend to cause higher fevers than viruses. Obviously, we have some super viruses that don't follow that rule, but when I was growing up, there was a guy who lived across the street from me, and his son, who was about my age, he was mentally retarded because he got meningitis when he was a baby, and it causes such a high fever. It started denaturing proteins and made him mentally retarded for the rest of his life. Okay. Now, as far as the hierarchy of, or the commonality of bacteria, strep, as in strep throat, as in post-strep as in rheumatic heart disease from strep, is the number one bacterial cause of meningitis. Like everywhere. Okay? I believe followed is Neisseria meningitidis. It's the same Neisseria family as like Neisseria gonorrhea. Okay? I don't remember the specific ones after that, but there are a lot of different bacteria that can cause meningitis. Okay?
I heard that valley fever can cause meningitis too.
It's a fungus?
Yeah.
Valley fever?
Yeah.
Yeah, we took it out. Actually, I'm not sure why. I guess it would be here. But yeah, valley fever could cause meningitis. It's a fungus, right?
Yep.
Coccidiomycosis. So yeah, that's one of that's like the fungus that I mentioned. That's one that can cause meningitis. Yes?
I don't know if this is anything in in the textbook it says, well, it says some forms of meningitis are, it says the most common cause is the bacterial invasion by Neisseria, the long word.
Neisseria meningitidis?
Yeah. So
And it says the most common bacterial cause?
It just says the most common cause of meningitis is bacterial invasion.
Is bacterial invasion by Neisseria?
Yeah. Should we ignore that?
That's different than what I thought. Because I thought it was strep.
I don't know. I remember reading it yesterday and I don't want to get that stuff in my head. It's not true.
I mean, I'm not going to ask you which one's the most common, like not on like a test or anything, but now I want to look that up somewhere else to verify, because I thought it was strep. And Neisseria was number 2.
That's what I read.
Huh. Okay. We'll look it up. Glucose level of CSF, the bacterial. Decrease, right?
Yeah, because the bacteria are called.
Glucorigidity. Why do you get glucorigidity?
Because it's building up. So it's like
Yeah, it's
fluid, like pressure. So you
the cranial
can't.
pressure.
Yeah, you get too much pressure in the spinal cord, you can't really move. It's like if you overfill the hose with too much pressure, it's kind of hard to bend that hose. Okay? It's all about increased intracranial pressure. I see. Okay? All right. No, you don't have to memorize this. However, I want you to keep in mind a couple things right here. One, if you have bacterial meningitis, then it says right there that it's turbulent or turbid or purulent. That means the same thing as cloudy. Okay? Now notice it also says viral and chronic. It has cloudy in there. Of course that happens sometimes, but honestly I would X that out and forget about it, because more often than not, bacterial is the one making it cloudy. Honestly, you're not going to be able to tell if it's turbulent, purulent, or cloudy when you're looking at it, right? The more cloudy kind of stuff it looks, the higher chance it's bacterial. If that makes any sense. And of course, there's our glucose down there. Again, decrease in bacterial. The other ones are probably normal. Chronic, it just really depends on what's causing it. It's also probably not bacterial. Okay. Kernig sign is what you see in that picture. Okay. Why would that hurt? lift somebody's leg like that if they have meningitis?
Does it change the pressure?
It does, right?
Yeah.
It's only you're affecting your lumbar.
Yeah. That's what I would think too. So she was saying that it affects the pressure when on the lumbar.
Yeah, it's the same thing as if you were doing the neck with the resistance, right? Chin to chest, can't do it, there's too much pressure in the spinal cord. You take the leg and lift it, you feel the same pressure on your back. Okay, that's called Cardi's sign. Again, the one that causes that petechial rash is meningococcus. That's one of the bacteria. Looks like somebody, petechiae are like pinpoint weeds. It looks like somebody took a needle in somebody a bunch of times. Yeah.
But you can have petechial rash for other things, can't you?
Yeah, you can have petechial rash for any kind of microvascular bleed.
Okay.
It just happens to be that particular
Okay.
bacteria that causes it to do. So encephalitis.
Not like that though.
Difference between meningitis and encephalitis. If you look at the signs and symptoms, they're pretty darn similar. They're similar because you get increased intracranial pressure with both of them, and that's what I said before. That's where most of the symptoms are coming from anyway. Okay? So what's the difference between encephalitis and meningitis?
One's the brain and one's the fluid surrounding the brain.
Yeah. Encephalitis, the itis is the encephalo, or the brain itself, right? So this one is swelling out. The other one's kind of pinching in.
So,
Yes?
meningitis is
Yeah, meningitis are meninges that wrap around the brain. They're kind of pinching off the flow and swelling a little bit in. And encephalitis is the brain itself.
How would you test the difference then? I mean, you wouldn't take a biopsy of the brain and be like, all right, it's infected. So would you test the cerebrospinal fluid? And that would come up a certain
You
way?
could. On the other hand, you're going to do a CT either way.
Okay.
And people that can actually read CTs, I mean, I can read the obvious ones, but those radiologists
Yeah, they're
that
genius.
make stuff up, honestly, they say they can read that and tell the difference on whether that brain is swelling or whether it's a meninges swelling.
It's magic.
It's magic. Yeah.
It's like EMG.
Yeah, radiologists they're weird. I
was
think
gonna
it's
go to
literally going to be
radiologist
number
for a
6.
Really?
Yeah.
I swear, man.
That's dope.
In med school, I believe I had to watch 200 hours of film on different images. And if somebody points something out to me, I can see it. But oh my gosh, unless you're got an internal bleed in that head or something, you know, it's pushing everything in. I'm like, I don't. I mean, it's
I didn't make it up.
right. Yeah. It seems like they're making up, but that's a talent skill. Both. To be a radiologist, honestly, that's pretty. I mean, I can see something. A lot of stuff. Where are you getting it from? Anyway, what I was going to say about encephalitis, most of the time, encephalitis is viruses. This is a lot of viruses. Viruses,
Viruses.
Okay. What's that one? WNV.
West Nile virus?
Huh?
West Nile virus?
West Nile virus. Okay? You're going to see that. If you're not from around these pots, then maybe not.
It causes hydrocephalus.
But you see this
Yeah.
West Nile virus a lot around here. Okay? Every year, it seems somebody somewhere in Arizona dies from it. Usually not many people, but it seems like every year somebody does. They're usually older, usually immunocompromised. But yeah, people get it all the time. They can cause encephalitis, and you could die from it. Brain can swell up and die. Let me see. As this is not micro, as this is not micro, not going over all of these, but,
Herpes.
you know what,
Yeah.
this herpes family here?
Yes.
What's that one? Herpes simplex virus.
Is that oral?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that causes the cold sore,
Yeah.
right? So if you've ever had a cold sore, there was a possibility you could have got meningitis and died, or encephalitis and died. Good to know.
I could
Okay,
have researched
unless you're
that one.
immunocompromised, have a face of a skull fracture, probably not, right? But you could have, possible. Yes?
Wouldn't you also like look terrible then? Like, I mean, if it's causing sores on your face and it's that far.
Well, if you have like a cold sore in the nose, this is where they most likely would get it, is if there's a cold sore on the nose, they can breathe it up and it will go up. That's what happens.
Gnarly.
I researched this.
Did we have this conversation next week
Researched the shit out of this
We were
one.
having a debate over this. She ended up being totally right.
I love it.
This between this
Alright,
and
so yeah, it's possible.
HPV.
Herpes simplex virus 2, that's the venereal disease one.
Yes.
So,
Shitty one.
yeah, people do actually get encephalitis from that and die.
Wow. Varicella.
BZV,
Varicella?
varicella zoster virus.
Is that shingles? No? Kind of?
It's chickenpox,
Yeah.
which turns into shingles.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this is chickenpox. Varicella zoster virus. You could get chickenpox, get encephalitis and die. Yes.
That doesn't that like isn't that
Obviously, it doesn't normally happen. No.
well, but like so then with children that like wouldn't happen. That would happen
I
mostly.
can't say anything wouldn't happen. but-
Okay, but I mean like that would be more common than if you found it in like an older patient because they didn't have a chickenpox
Yeah, that would
exposure.
probably be more common if somebody's compromised or older.
Oh,
They didn't have the vaccine. Again, keep in mind that whole chickenpox vaccine, I imagine most of you have had it.
mm-hmm.
But back when I was your age, and I was a pre-med, I had to go to a presentation at our local medical school and like write up a paper, on whatever the heck they were talking about. Turned out the guy was researching a vaccine for chickenpox, for varicella zoster.
See, I was a
virus.
chickenpox party kid.
He was trying to come up with a vaccine.
That's what we should do too.
Yeah, so like 1922. And
And they're still getting the vaccine. Not the whole
turned
hospital,
out
but-
that he was like right there. He was like, I'm right there. His whole presentation about all the details and everything about he's right there. And it was funny, not that funny, but the poor guy, Japanese beat him to it. Yeah, so.
Of course they did.
But they beat him to it. So.
Because it's Japan.
What?
Because it's Japan.
That was the first one.
Well, in hindsight, that one did cost shingles earlier. So.
Really?
Yes,
It was cheap and they did it wrong.
Shingles when they were like 20.
it was an inferior product. Yes, so many people got shingles from that. 20,000 people got neuropathy from that, where their nerves are just inflamed and hurt like the dickens, even if they didn't have an active shingles. A lot of you will, if you haven't already done it, get your titers for your chickenpox
NMR.
to get into nursing school, and you're gonna so be like, no, you never had the vaccine. I'm like, I got it right here. It says right here. No, you didn't. Because that initial one, you guys were the guinea pigs, by the way.
I love how he says that guinea pigs.
When
Because
I was a
all we
pre-med,
are
you
comes to
guys were
fucking
being born.
vaccinations. I didn't get my Hep B
You guys were the
vaccination
first
until I had to live in the
I wouldn't
States.
say
My mom was like,
all
no,
you
we should go
guys.
to India, and that's why I decided.
We have some older
It's funny
people
'cause that
here.
people-
We have some older people
I didn't
here.
trust that. No!
Yeah,
They test on you before they venture out because they can make so much more money.
So crazy. So, I have a question.
If you had chicken